Looks like we're gonna have Chill Pills first up versus a Rogue, but maybe they're redoing it. I think Chill Pills still wants to reverse Leroy. I think he still wants to 1v1 Leroy. Dope Wolf, I'm so sorry. He still wants to fight Lath. Okay, he literally doesn't want to fight anybody else but Lath. He was literally focused and made a build just to fight a Lath. Dope Wolf, I hope you can understand. Lath is going to get gripped up by Chill Pills, going for the full disintegrate. As Chill Pills trying to see if he can fight through it. Full mastery buff is available. Does Chill Pills have any answers? Going to be a big blaster. Lath trying to go for a big fire breath. I don't know if he was able to connect that or he missed. Going to be a big Dragon's Breath, but it has AMS for it in order to dodge. It has mobility while casting. Chill Pills looking to maybe get himself an interrupt at some point or another. Lath no longer has a trinket, but does have itself immunity to interrupts. Could potentially take Chill Pills down. Actually, Death Knight has not much left. May have to rotate defenses. Could be possibly. Big Prox got himself massive death strings. The more damage this man takes, the harder he can heal. Blind to the Lath Walker is going to turn around and attack the Kevin Slime that Lath has. Oh yeah, if you guys had just turned to the arena, all these boys somehow figured out to use Shadowlands abilities in beta. It's weird, it's beta stuff, it's awkward, there's a flesh scout. Disintegrates, Chill Pills could be in trouble. Trying to go for Death Strikes, gonna be a Mad Breath versus him. I think it's a mostly damage over time breath. Chill Pills with an AMS, actually in big trouble. Lath trying to see if he can fight through the defenses, trying to go for as much self-healing as he can. Gonna be a mad damage from Chill Pills, looking to see if he can break. Oh my goodness, and he does pull it off. The Death Knight makes a return, bullied by evokers, and he was able to see if he can set up a nice setup, nice burst combo and take him down. My face is now going to be up next. So on Chill Pills, IB have to follow. Does he have a blind? Chill Pills better have all the defenses in the world. May just want to drop down AMZ in case it's a blind out of the Death Knight. AMS in case there's any kind of CC. Trying to see if he can reduce a lot of the holy damage as best as possible. I'm looking for a little bit of catch up and a little bit of healing, but making sure he always got that slow on interfaces. And I'm trying to control the Paladin whenever he can, and it's going to use that slow in order to control him while he repositions behind the pillar. But those judgments from range, man, 40-yard range judgments are actually doing work, as well as hammers over righteous and 10-yard range of like Last Verdict. Stun onto the pally, has a trigger for it. Blind and Chill Pills, no answer for it. Chill Pills can respond, does somehow able to break the blind and actually able to play the game for a little bit. I don't know if he's got much survivability. Got himself a Lichborn, looking to maybe get himself a little bit more runic power. Got those death claws in order to heal himself. Silence onto the Paladin, limiting some of the damage he can do. AMS at the ready, and facing them might have to go for a bubble here. Could be in trouble. Does go for the bubble as Chill Pills does go aggressive here. I don't think he was even popping cooldowns. I think he was just getting some good procs on the face numb. Actually recovered quite a bit of health behind the pillar with a Magefoot stun onto the Death Knight. Is going to get a full burst rolling. That's going to be a blessing of protection, but I don't think it's going to be able to stop through his obliterates who are just striking right through the defenses. Facing them trying to go for healing. Flash got to fall and getting interrupted, and that's going to be the defense of full physical damage. Immunity is unstoppable by the Frost Death Knight's Frosty obliterates. They'll literally cut through those defenses like as if they're not even there. Because Obliterate literally gains full frost damage when you get a Killing Machine proc crits. Dope Wolf gonna be next. Chill Pills better be extra careful with those dots. He needs to find a way to stop the rogue's go. There's gonna be a full death mark. IBF trying to see if he can get aggressive with the rogue. Definitely needs to be using those death strikes as soon as possible. Takes big damage, goes for big healing. AMS to help deal with some of the poison damage, but the blades are just absolutely spontaneously erupting on the guy. Needs himself as much healing as possible. Got himself a bit of a death pack. That's gonna be give him a little bit extra bolstered health. It is necrotic out, so you can't really use it to heal through it, but he's keeping a slow on the rogue to keep an eye on him. Got himself a little bit of heals. Kidney shot. There's nothing you can do at the end there. The rogue drained him of all the cooldowns by the end of it. That death mark is so deadly. Rogues, I feel like if they keep the tuning for the death mark right now, it's going to be such an impactful cooldown. It's always going to see results. Dope Wolf diving back into stealth. Won't be seeing deathmark for a while, but maybe playing Kingsbane. Looks like he's playing spikes or a poison build, maybe double poisons. I don't even know what build he's playing. He is definitely spiking the guy. Dope Wolf trying to go for a bit of a disarm versus Ben, as he is gonna go for a leap. That's gonna be Ghostos joining in. Ben could potentially make a big play, but the dots are just rotting him down. Can't even really heal. Oh my god, this rogue goes in, stabbing him, ruthlessly murdering the shaman in the arena, and then getting away with it. Dalka is going to be up next as an Archimage. Hopefully he's at the ready. Going to be a shadow step by the rogue. Big damage to Dalka. Has himself all the time. All this damage, temporary. Doesn't have to worry about it at all. Is going to go for a poly. Try to see if he can stay away from the rogue. Is definitely going to have to use that all the time in order to reposition, catching up all that health. Still bleeding. Big Arcane Surge versus the rogue. Instead he decides, you know what? I'm just going to go for a barrage. Seeing that polymorph is about to break. Blind by the rogue. Touch of the magic is on Dope Wolf. But Dalka is just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe he can go for big AoE. The rogue was right next to him. Definitely gonna have to be thinking about defenses at some point or another. Hopefully this man has a pretty robust defensive kit, because you can do a lot to control Rogue. You can just toss him around like a beanbag, knockbacks, breath, everything. Big damage out of the Rogue. Does he go for the big bleeds onto the Dalka? May have to ice block this. Maybe in big trouble. And the mage goes for a big defense. So this Rogue is on a spree right now. Someone's gonna have to stop this bandit, this criminal, this hooligan. Dalka could pick up the eyes and may just be looking for it. Dalka does not have too many defenses to work with. Going to be full kidney shot as the Rogue goes in with an ambush. Dalka with a trinket. Rogue trying to go for a quick shift. Dalka got himself the images, but the dots are still on him. Going to be a polymer to follow. Dope. Can't really do much about it. He's got himself a cloak. Got himself a trinket in case he needs to. Could cloak a lot of his damage. He's just going to stay on top of Dalka as best as possible. Full dots, I think, with the death mark, maybe. Maybe, potentially, the Dalka may be in big trouble. Oh, and the Rogue just walks in. Just cuts him down. Oh my goodness, and Chicago charges out, trying to see if he can catch this criminal, roots him out to the open. Garrod onto Chicago, kind of limits some of the casting with a kidney shot immediately. Trinkets for him to follow. That's going to be a big event here burst, trying to cheese the Rogue out. It's going to go for a trinket out of that lasso with an evasion, vanish to follow. Chicago's actually bleeding out profusely, maybe in a bit of trouble, trying to go for self-healing, but the dots are running down, 21% dampening on top of it. It is making it a lot harder for the shaman to recover. Garrod, does he pre-wall it? You have to pre-wall it before the kidney shot comes out. Try to pre-wall it. There it goes. Gonna be faint. Dopo does not want to go for damage while wall is up. It's gonna go for a little bit of healing. That's gonna be lots and lots of damage from this wind strike. Try to shadow step to disarm, but the wind strikes and the damage is already set in. It's already mid-air and does clap the Rogue out of the way. Warlock gonna be up next. Charging out as an affliction. He's gonna get some dots early versus Chicago. Chicago's just gonna have to find a way to deal with the dots. Actually, the dots are gonna be quite deadly, especially if you have the soul swap. Because you can just apply all your dots immediately. Chicago maybe can dispel agony, but that's really about it. Knocking him back, booping him out of the way. And Chicago's just melting right now to all the damage over time abilities. Warlock just barely touched you. He just put dots in you, got knocked out in the open, been running after you. And Chicago just bleeding out little by little, just rotting away. It's gonna go for a totem to root down Warlock. That totem keeps shooting at him. He keeps staring at you, keeps slowing you. Look at that totem give him the stink eye. Warlock trying to see if he can get around the corner. Gonna be lighting the lasso before he can approach. Death Pact, so you got himself, or Dark Pact. So he got himself plenty of shielding. Chicago trying to see if he can maybe close the gap. Look at ramp up. This is where Chicago has to have a go. There's gonna be a lot of damage. Trying to go for a stun into Warlock. Sunder into a stun. Trying to go for a Venthier burst. Really weird, but that's gonna be mad damage on the Chicago. Huge burst. Warlock may be in trouble. Trying to go for mad drain, but I don't know if he'll be able to. Still could potentially take down Chicago. Gonna be interrupted for a second. Soul rot to follow. Chicago just rotted out completely. It's gonna be Darkland everything. Wait, that's it? Chicago, was that the last one for Warlock? Apparently, don't move with 3. This man is murdering these boys in the arena. My goodness, dude. Assas Rogue are looking good. Them dots, them burst, the survivability is pretty decent too. Plenty of mobility with double shadow step as well.